You're watching Inside Automotive with Jim Fitzpatrick.
Hey everyone, Jim Fitzpatrick. Thanks so much for joining us today. Today we're diving into a new book that I happen to have right here that's all about inspiring change from the inside out. Randy Hain, author and executive coach, released his new book titled Becoming a More Thoughtful Leader, Practical Insights to spark meaningful growth. I've got the book right here. We're going to make it very easy for you to get your copy. There's a link right below the video that you're watching. So you're just a click away from helping you in this area, which I think we all need, Randy, help in this area. So thank you so much for joining us today.
Jim, thank you. It's my pleasure.
Sure. So first, let's define. How do you define a thoughtful leader? What makes them different from other types of leaders?
You know, I think most of the time our thoughts will gravitate to thought leader. And a thought leader is very easy to define, someone who's got an expertise in a certain area and they write or speak about that topic. When I think about thoughtful leader, I really think it has two manifestations. You're being thoughtful about your own growth and development. So how do I get better as a leader? How do I continue to strive for better and forward growth? Mm-hmm. But then the other manifestation is more external. How do I be thoughtful about the people around me? How do I help them grow and develop? Mm-hmm. So the way that I wrote this book was, let's be thoughtful about your growth. Let's be thoughtful about the growth of others.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it makes sense. How can leaders get more disciplined in this particular area?
You know, I'm one of those people, when I write, I'm not always writing about the next big thing. I'm always writing about where have I been and what have I learned. So I've always cultivated sort of the power of reflection. I think that's the key for leaders today. Mm-hmm. Be more reflective. Take the time to actually think and ponder where you've been. Mm-hmm. Don't spend as much time thinking about where you're going. So if you want to be a more thoughtful leader, look in the mirror. Think about, yesterday, the week before, last year. What can I do differently? How could I improve? Mm-hmm. Let me think about the people that are around me. How can I invest in them? So everything I just said, Jim, is a little bit contrarian to the world we live in today. Yeah. We're always looking at devices. We're always racing from thing to thing. But I'm actually encouraging leaders to slow down, pause, and just do more thinking and reflecting.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Something you're right, we all need to do. And instead of having our face in one of these, right, looking at social media, we don't do enough reflection, do we?
I call this the electronic pacifier.
That's exactly right. Yeah, I can't live without mine. So, but it's something that my wife is working on with me. So it's incredible. So you've been coaching.
I married up as well, by the way.
Yeah. But you've been coaching and consulting for many years. Can you share some of the best practices in this area?
Certainly. So I was a senior executive for 25 years before I started my coaching business 13 years ago. Wow. So I work with senior leaders at the Fortune 10,000 companies really all over the world. I'm based in Atlanta, but I do have global clients and really love the work. And the way that I approach coaching, the way that I focus on it, is I really want to get to know people personally and professionally. Mm-hmm. I want to help them visualize what success looks like. And then I help them figure out what are the obstacles between them now and the success that they'd like to achieve. Mm-hmm. And then I work with them over our 6-month coaching engagement to eliminate or mitigate those obstacles. Mm-hmm. So it's very practical, it's very focused, and rooted in lots of candid conversations.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And companies need somebody like you to work, that's an outsider that can come in and consult in this area, right? Because a lot of managers might think, or leaders, we can do that. We got somebody on the staff, or I'll change my way, or I'll pick up a book, or what have you. But there's a huge need for somebody like you to come in and have a fresh set of eyes, and of course have the expertise to consult companies in this area, right?
Well, I'm probably biased, so I do agree with you, but I think the thing that the outside coach offers is objectivity. Mm-hmm. We're able to come in and see the situation for what it is. We've got no bias. We don't really have an agenda other than our clients to succeed. So I think it is invaluable to bring in that outside perspective. Now, having said that, I do have client companies that I've worked with for many, many years, And it's helpful that I understand the culture, but I'm not an employee of the company.
Right.
I'm a consultant, so I can come in and bring that objective viewpoint.
Right, right. There's no question. Because you don't have any relationships with anybody in the company. It's so hard for leaders to be, without any bias whatsoever in these conversations, because they know the people. They work with them every day. I mean, there's no question that there is a place for somebody that's an outsider that can come in and consult. I've been in that situation myself with companies, and it is a world of difference when you bring in a professional, right?
Right,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Can-
And I think I've got permanent job employment, so hopefully what you just said keeps going.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Can you share a favorite story from the book that captures the impact of thoughtful leadership?
So the introduction of the book was written by my friend Andreas Widmer, who is a professor at the Catholic University of America. A great guy, is an author in his own right. And about a year ago, he introduced me to my favorite phrase. It's an Italian phrase. And the phrase is "Ti voglio bene." And that means I desire your good. See, in English, we only have one word for love, and it's hard to tell your colleagues at work, "I love you, man. I love you." It doesn't work.
You'll
But
get written up today if you say that.
The Italians are very smart because they see the nuance of the word love, and there's a phrase that they use for colleagues and friends, which is "Ti voglio bene." So this idea of "I desire your good" is it's really one of the sub-themes of the book, and I'm so grateful that Andreas taught it to me. So thinking about every day that you're operating as a leader, maybe you're a team member that wants to be a leader one day. What if we all have the perspective, Jim, I want what is best for you. How can I help you achieve your best today? I mean, think about if the world operated that way.
Yeah.
I think my new book at least is a tool to help you on that journey.
Yeah, that's fantastic. What's the most important takeaway that you want the readers to gain from the book?
We've covered on a couple of them, but I'll sort of bring it together in a little bit more of a succinct format. I think, our earlier conversation about, this need to be reflective. It's not enough at the end of the day to say that I accomplished 17 things. I really want leaders to take stock of where they are, what they're doing, look in the mirror more. So I want you to be more reflective. In this book, it's got 20 discrete chapters. At the end of each one, after I've introduced a topic to you, I give you some reflection questions that I want you to ponder, and I'm giving you homework. I want you to try to master this topic. So I think this idea of being reflective, but then taking that other challenge. I have now learned this. Who on my team, who in my circle needs to also learn this? And then take it upon yourself to go and invest in somebody else. Those are really the two things that I want you to get out of this book.
Sure.
And I want you to buy it and recommend it on Amazon. That would be the third.
And we're going to make it very easy. There's a link right below this video that you're watching to do just that. So this is the name of the book is Becoming a More Thoughtful Leader. Here's a cover of it right here. I should say the book itself. Highly recommend it if you are a leader, or to your point, Randy, those that want to become a leader. It's essential. So, well, as I said, we'll make it real easy for you to get your copy. This happens to be my copy, and it's not going anywhere. But Randy Hain, author and executive coach, and of course, author of this great new book, Becoming a More Thoughtful Leader. Thank you so much for coming by. I really appreciate it. I know that our viewers are going to get a lot out of this, and they'll get a lot out of the book. So get the book.
Jim, I'm very grateful. I appreciate the time with you.
Great. Thanks so much.
Thanks for watching Inside Automotive with Jim Fitzpatrick.